we're set to main settings.
Well, this one's good because it has an editor. So say if you're doing what I would want to do as well. Say you're doing like a test with like just making sure that it isn't laggy like for the first couple minutes. You can just after it you can just go post just cut out like the first part of it in the YouTube editor. It's much easier.
So good. You want to look at?
Sure. I'm still
You on
still
Wi-Fi
waiting for
or
it.
just
Oh, so there we go.
So you're just getting this, right?
Yes.
So there is a delay. I have it set to low latency, so I just switched scenes. So let me know how long before you get the live picture.
About 8 to 10. I think it's like between 8 to 10 seconds away.
So you get a sense of that, but that gives people a little bit of wiggle room if their connection's not great. It can buffer a little bit. That's why they do that.
Sure.
Okay, so we've got a picture. So it's going to pick you up. That's the only thing with this right
Basically,
now.
no, we can't talk.
Which is why I'm thinking we may want to.
They hold the charge in the first one. No, I was saying the same thing. Just a second. It works. Yeah, I guess.
President of the Student Council leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a national anthem by a contemporary folk ensemble.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I welcome you. I really welcome you. And
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the brave, home of the
let me try this again. I welcome you and am pleased to introduce you to this morning's Master of Ceremonies, Ivianic St. Bill. Ivianic will be attending Howard University in the fall. Please be seated.
The salutatorian of the class is the student who has achieved the second highest academic average among those graduating. Audrey Sassine will be attending Yale University in the fall. I present Audrey Sassine, salutatorian of the class of 2020.
Welcome, everyone, to the graduation of the class of 2020. Obviously, this is still a bit different from what we imagined our graduation would be like, seeing as we're a bit split up. But I'm glad to see at least some of you in person, even if giving a speech live is a little terrifying. First, I'd like to acknowledge the first responders and essential workers. Thank you for keeping us safe. And now, I want to take this opportunity to focus on the great accomplishment we are celebrating tonight. We are graduating from high school. This is an important milestone as it launches us into the next stage of our lives. We give a giant thank you to all the people who helped us get here. Thank you to our families for supporting us and loving us, for waking us up for the bus, for nagging us to study for the tests, for always being there no matter what. Thank you to our teachers and guidance counselors. Your wisdom, humor, and trust got us here today. I especially thank you for your patience with our ceaseless shenanigans. Thank you, Ms. Saiba, Ms. Pichardo, Mr. Teasdale, Mr. Bradley, Mr. Smith, Superintendent Montesano, the Board of Education, and all the support staff for creating a challenging, inspiring, accepting, and safe environment in which each of us could find our own way and thrive. Finally, I want to thank my classmates. It has been an honor and a privilege taking this journey with you. Over these past 4 years, we witnessed each other become athletes, actors, artists, academics, and so much more. We have made lifelong friends. We watched each other's plays, cheered on our sports teams, and together we partied at the most amazing prom in history. Just kidding. But we have graduated, despite the unprecedented challenge of senioritis combined with distance learning. We overcame so many other obstacles as well to get here. That is something that will bond us forever. And while it may seem that this pandemic has disrupted our momentum, I know that each of us Nyack High School graduates will find our footing, knowing we always have a home and support here. knowing we will always be able to tell our kids, stop complaining. We graduated during a pandemic. Because we are strong. We are Nyack strong. Whether you've been in this district since elementary school or just came here this year, we made it. Congratulations. This is the culmination of our Nyack High School experience, but it's the beginning of the next phase of our lives. As Jeffrey Craner of Welcome to Nightvale wrote, we will always be in that most dangerous, most exciting, most possible time of all, the now, where we can never know what shape the next moment will take. While the current situation feels uncertain, I am certain that each and every one of us will persevere and thrive. Thank you again for this incredible foundation that will carry us for the rest of our lives. Congratulations.
And now I would like to present the principal of Nyack High School, Ms. Saiba.
Hello, and welcome to the commencement ceremony of the Nyack High School class of 2020. As I stand in front of you, accompanied by Superintendent Dr. Montesano, School Board President Michael Moore, Board of Trustees, fellow administrators, and members of the staff, it is great pride that I address you today. To the dear members of the Nyack High School class of 2020, although this commencement ceremony is not the one you envisioned, it does indeed mark the end of your chapter at Nyack High School and the beginning of your future endeavors and accomplishments. As you are aware, the recent pandemic has had a global impact which has changed the way things were once done, but in turn provides us the opportunity to shape the new norm. Take this challenge as an opportunity to grow and become a change agent in your world, our world. Throughout your Nyack years, you have demonstrated as individuals your intellectual abilities, your many talents on the field, in class, on stage, and as members of musical ensembles. But collectively, your genuine love for one another is by far the most obvious characteristic of this class. Continue to be good people, celebrate your accomplishments, strive to become the best version of you, set ambitious goals, accept help when needed, be genuine, have integrity, and pursue what you love. Satisfy your passions, take time to feed your soul, do rewarding work, and be kind to others. Systemic inequities, effectiveness of leaders, and appreciation for school, love for our families, and the need to socialize with our friends have become more noticeable as we navigate through these challenging times. This pandemic has provided us all a pause and time to think, to simultaneously be reflective and look forward. Seize this opportunity to plan for your bright futures. Leave something new, explore your inner self. Although the members of the class of 2020 will be remembered for the challenges you have faced and the sacrifices you have made, as you move forward, be remembered for the discoveries you make, the people you impact, and the good work that you do. This experience reinforced what we already knew. You were strong and possessed the ability to persevere and to endure challenge and change. As you enter college, the workforce, or the military, be mindful of your responsibility as an individual and as a member of society to be an influencer. I thank you for the hugs we exchanged and the many laughs and some tears we shared. I wish you great success in the future, and until we meet again, be well, stay fabulous, and know you are loved. Congratulations to the class of 2020.
The valedictorian of the class is the student who has achieved the highest academic average among those graduating. Isabel Hyder will be attending Vassar College in the fall. It is my pleasure to introduce Isabel Hyder, valedictorian of the class of 2020.
Hello everyone. I'm so glad that we are gathered here, finally given the opportunity to celebrate our graduation in person on this field.
All of the drive-bys and the virtual events that our class has gotten to experience have been incredible. To everyone who watched the virtual ceremony last week, I apologize as this speech is essentially unchanged from that one. But I'm glad we are finally getting to have a ceremony that resembles the graduations we've been to in the past and imagined for ourselves. I've always been very resistant to change. When I was in elementary school, I cried on the last day of school every single year. I would pretend to be sick on the last day of summer camp, so I wouldn't have to go and say goodbye to everyone. So for me, leaving high school seems really difficult too. It's not that I'm not excited to be moving on to something new and different, because I am, but missing out on these last few months of our high school experience has been pretty hard on all of us. When we were first coming into high school, I don't think any of us expected the next 4 years of our lives to be easy. Navigating our classes, meeting new teachers, adjusting to a new workload, high school isn't supposed to be easy. Before coming to Nyack, I went to a tiny private school in West Nyack. Coming here for my first day of high school, I was going from a class of 9 students to a class of over 250. I had no idea what to expect. At the time, I was looking ahead. I was feeling in many ways unprepared to face the obstacles I was sure were in front of me, and I was terrified. In the beginning, it was a little hard to adjust. Even though I had lived in Nyack my whole life, there were some faces I recognized. It was overwhelming for me to be thrust so quickly into this new environment. It took me a little while, but I did adjust. With the support of my classmates, my friends, and especially my teachers, I got used to all the change. I have had such great teachers here at Nyack. I have so much gratitude for every one of them, and I'm especially grateful for the teachers I had my freshman year. I can't tell you how much time I would spend going to extra help at lunch or after school to ask questions. My friends complain that I spent more time with my teachers than I spent with them, and it's probably true. But because of my teachers and my friends and my family, that I'm giving this speech right now. The support I have felt at Nyack has been so incredible. I really think that the way our community comes together to support each other and to support what matters is truly unique. We have gotten through the last 4 years together as a class. We have worked together, we've built friendships and partnerships, and we've come a really long way from where we were freshman year. But today sort of feels like the first day of high school all over again. Each of us are going off in our own separate directions now, many of us excited about what's coming next. And I am excited, but I'm also terrified. Older generations are always telling us that so much of the future is up to us. And it's true. Because honestly, the future that we're inheriting is not an easy one. Our generation will have to face huge issues like racial injustice, poverty, and climate change. While it's scary to think that it will be up to us to work towards finding solutions to all those things, I know that we can do it. We don't have a choice, but actually we already are doing it. Here at Nyack, I have friends who want to go into criminal justice reform and become welfare workers. I have friends who want to become teachers and lawyers and scientists. I have friends who are involved in climate activism and in social justice activism, trying to get the attention of our world leaders now so they can make changes before it's too late. I have friends who are members of organizations that go into New York City to help feed the hungry and clothe the homeless. I have friends who are using social media and other platforms that weren't available before our generation to amplify their voices and to fight back for what they know is right. Our generation is focusing more than any past generation on a huge range of issues, from mental health to police brutality to environmental justice. Our generation is showing everyone the benefits of embracing change. So while the little changes in our everyday lives may still seem nerve-wracking, we need to put things into perspective. Leaving high school and starting college or a job or some other project probably won't be easy for us, but I guess that's kind of the point. Just like high school isn't supposed to be easy, life after graduation isn't supposed to be easy either. Going out into the world and confronting problems that no one has dealt with before won't be easy. And even if we're not going to solve these problems using algebra or grammar skills, Nyack has given us so many tools that we will use. We've been developing skills like problem solving and complex thinking every day that we come to school. Being in a classroom and working with other people, working through problems, those are skills we'll have to use for the rest of our lives, regardless of what each of our individual futures might hold. That's really what these years have prepared us for. We may not have control over the changes that come at us as individuals or as an entire generation, but we do have control over how we respond to them. That's one thing I've learned from all of my teachers and my classmates at Nyack. There's always something more that we can be doing. So class of 2020, I'm confident that we are ready to face whatever challenges the future may throw at us. My hope for each of us is that we embrace the opportunities to make a difference. Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you, Isabel. Mr. Michael Mark will now join me for the presentation of diplomas. Graduates, please stand. Dr. Montesano, Superintendent of Schools, members of the Board of Education, Mr. Mark, President of the Board of Education, by the powers vested in me as principal of Nyack High School, I present to you these candidates for the diploma whom I certify as having successfully completed all the requirements of that degree.
This site, with the power vested in me by the Regents of the State of New York, as President of the Board of Education, on behalf of my fellow board members, I accept these candidates before me for graduation.
Please welcome Mr. Teasdale for the presentation of the diplomas.
The Nyack High School class of 2020. Allison Aaron. Kerry Aplanow. Tariq Agard. Carlos Aguilar. Misha Albert. Nathan Alex. Mara Elim Alexandre. Marcus Alexander. Francesca Alexis. Jaimina Alvarez Osorio. Maria Selena Andesol. William Avalone. Annabelle Bangs. Michael Barbado. Michael Bargallo. Luke Barrett. Mia Barrow. Maria Bidway. Natalie Boham. Oliver Boulderman. Amalia Boyd. Blythe Brackett. Joseph Brady. Jason Briganti. Julian Brooks. Alexandra Brothers. Dylan Buono. Grace Burnett. Selby Caldwell. Savannah Camara DeGostiano. Christopher Canero. Juliana Cannon. Natalie Carbone. Peter Cariosha. Jonathan Carpio. Jessica Casanova. Christian Cephas. Audrey Sassine. Andrew Chaco. Daniel Chaco. Sean Cheneyfield. Zuri Crispin. Alicia Clark. Chelsea Quachi. Isabella Cooney. Kayla Cordner Johnson. Eduarda Costa. And Otho Cox.
By the authority granted to me by the State of New York through the Board of Education of the Nyack School District, I hereby officially proclaim the preceding members of the class of 2020 to be graduated. Graduates, please move your tassels from right to left. Congratulations. For the Nyack High School alma mater.
Next to deep the Hudson Valley, midst the mountains rise, proudly stands our alma mater, fairest in the land. Raise the chorus, leading onward, louder.
sharing in our celebration. At this time, we ask that all graduates and guests return immediately to their vehicles and exit the campus so we can sanitize for the next ceremony. Congratulations to you all. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for all the support. Thank you so much. Congratulations, graduates.